What is going on, people? Welcome back into the channel. Today we are going to debrief the 0-0 draw, the M69 Derby at King Power Stadium, Coventry City versus Leicester City. If you came from the TikTok live, thank you so much for that. I'm sorry that the YouTube stream didn't happen. My PC didn't want a PC. I will sort it out. The live stream was so fun though. We had over 100 people in there at certain points. Thank you if you were there. We'll be continuing to do them throughout the season. That was vibes. I'm going to put together a little montage of the funny clips and get it out tomorrow or something. But we're here to talk about the game today. You know, as we do. The unbiased post-match reaction out within 90 minutes of the game ending so that no outside opinions come in and change my actual genuine thoughts. This is all my own thoughts. I don't listen to anyone else. This is just what I saw in the game. So I figure we start with the starting lineup, everything unchanged, and a surprise scratch. We didn't know anything about Efron Mason Clark picking up an injury. It's rumored to be a hamstring, a knock. Hopefully he'll be back for Birmingham City. I say don't rush it back. Hamstrings can be tough, especially if you re-aggravate them. So who slotted in there? It was Brandon Thomas Asante, the man who was on the fringe of starting in this match, and then Sakamoto, as genuinely our only winger left, was on the right-hand side. Haji up the middle as always. So really we go into this game thinking, oh boy, Kane Kessler-Hayden is out. Miguel Brow is our only winger on the bench, and then Ellis Sims is our only striker, as, you know, we already knew that with everyone else going. So that definitely had me a little bit nervous, just in the sense of, you know, God forbid we were to go down in the game, it would have been very, very tough to make any impactful subs. As we know, Sims isn't the most impactful, but hey, he came on last weekend and he did his job with the assist. I'm not sure if he actually got on the goal sheet with the assist because it came off the keeper, but yeah, you know what I mean. So we're already over here. Let's just take a look at the metrics of the game. So Oliver Langford, people were saying on Twitter that he's just as bad as the ref from last weekend at King Power. Leicester held 60% possession. It didn't feel like that. I'll be completely honest with you. They doubled our XG. They had 6 more shots. They had 2 big chances, both missed. Rushworth was very good today. I thought that a lot of the saves that he made were very easy, so I'm not exactly sure if that's a testament to him having great positioning or maybe the Leicester players not doing as well as they possibly could have. Either way, that was his welcome to Coventry City moment, that save that he had with the one-on-one with Mavididi, I believe. Sorry, I was reading the comments in my TikTok live when it happened. I believe it was Mavididi. How about Fatawu today, though? Fatawu was really good today. He is going to scorch left backs the rest of the season. Jay Da Silva did all he could. He did his best. He absolutely could. He picked up a yellow. A little bit disappointed he didn't get his money's worth when he got that yellow. So he had a 6.8 rating. Let's see the defensive statistics today. Oh yeah, while I'm editing this, I just remembered, guys, by the way, really stupidly, I said if Cov didn't get a result, I would eat the toe of Satan as a forfeit. So, we got away with that one. Maybe I'll wager that again for the next game. I don't know. I might save it for something bigger, though. 4 of 12 ground duels won. Not great. Now let's see Fatawu. Yeah, he had the most dribbles in the match completed. He won the most duels. He won 10 duels this match. Fatawu was very good. He won 60% of his duels. Did he create any XG? Yeah, he had 0.47, so he almost created half of their expected goals and assists in this match. He was very good. He was having his way with Da Silva in the first half, but I will give a big shout out to Brandon Thomas Asante. Now I guarantee you we go on the goal sheet or whatever, those ratings, hey, got a 7.3 to be fair. He was so good behind the ball today. He had 2 tackles, 1 block, interception, 4 recoveries, won 56% of his ground duels. Take a bow, Brandon Thomas Asante. He is one of the best utility men that you could have for this club. He can play all across the front. He's chaotic. He can press. He's not scared to get back and play defense. He can put in some good tackles too. He really helped out Jay Da Silva when he needed it because it looked at times that he was just scared for his life. And it almost got to a point where Jay Da Silva was defending the byline to stop Fatawu from blowing past him, as he was expecting Brandon Thomas Asante to then cover the inside, because as we all know, Fatawu is very good when he cuts in. He was very dangerous. He put in a lot of dangerous through balls, and BTA was there to, you know, hinder that a little bit. He still had his way here and there with us, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it was never a good enough finish from the Leicester players to get a goal. Now, on the flip side, we also had a couple shots that maybe could have had better results, specifically headers. The header that Haji had late in the game. Yes, he was off balance, but I thought that he could have put a little more power on it. I'm not exactly sure how he didn't. Maybe he thought he was offside. I'm not really too sure. But after that, he got subbed off shortly after they brought on Ellis Sims. Haji had a tough game. I'll be completely honest with you. I'll be the first one to say it. I'm the one that rings the bell for, you know, he's a great striker. He's one of the best in the championship. And I still stand by that. The numbers don't lie, even though people want to look past that. He had a tough game today. It's really tough to play through the middle of the pitch against Leicester City. That was given in the scouting report. We knew that going into this week. Samare and Winks, their two defensive midfielders, sit very, very deep. They sit very close to the center back's vest guard and phase, and they create like a box, like what Sunderland did back in the playoffs, which forces you to then go down the wings. Normally, I'd be okay with that with EMC, but BTA had a tough time settling in down that left side today. He was doing a lot of defensive work. He was moving around a lot. And realistically, at the end of the day, it's not his position. EMC really being out definitely hurt us. I think when I heard that news, it was just in my head, we were probably going for the draw, which eventually Frank did concede and say, okay, you know what, man, let's go and let's get the draw. You can see it right around the 75th minute. First, he brought on Bidwell for De Silva, which scared me as Bidwell hasn't had much match time, but I think it was safe to say Fatawu started to gas out towards the end of the game. But in the 75th minute, he makes the switch. He brings on a double pivot, even though he already had Matt Grimes on the pitch. So it really turned into like a triple pivot to see out the game. Then Ellis Sims for, maybe something magical can happen at the end. But Sims did have a shot at the end, but he absolutely skied it, which I'll probably clip it. Not the best reaction by me. I was frustrated by that. But hey, no one necessarily played great up front today. Radoni had some cheeky dribbles. He had a good shot in the first half that was saved by their keeper. Very powerful. Did a little step over. Speed boost. If you play FIFA, you know. But good save by them. Overall, man, it was a classic derby at the end of the day. Teams spend the first half, most part, feeling each other out, not being too crazy, not going too attacking, sort of trying to hold possession. And this was the first game all season where we were not the leaders in possession. So it was good to see that we can play without the ball. I definitely felt a bit nervous, but the back line played really well today, specifically the center backs. Milan and Jay De Silva did what they could. Milan wasn't bothered by Mavididi, but Jay De Silva had a tough day with Fatawu. He did his best, but I gotta say, this was probably the best center back and goalkeeper specific performance we've seen all season. 9 saves from Rushworth. I felt like Bobby Thomas and Liam Kitching were really in sync with each other. They made smart challenges. The mental was the thing. Kitching, it was sort of there. Bobby Thomas was what I was looking for more from him. I was looking more on the mental side. He has the physical talent. He has the height. He has the ability to score goals. He has the ability to clear headers, but the mental isn't always there. So I was really, really satisfied with the fact that he held his composure in today, because he has shown that he can't hold his composure in the past. And it's funny, quite ironic, because you'd think today would be the day for him to not stay composed, but he did today. He looked really good today. He was all over the place. He made smart challenges, didn't give away stupid fouls. Now that's what I like to see. Did the ref call some really soft fouls? Yes, but he didn't give away fouls in stupid positions. And I said every time this season, the best way to not concede set pieces is don't give them away. Yes, we did give away a decent amount of corners, but there's a difference between giving away a corner because you're backed up against your byline, you need to get the ball out, compared to giving away a cheap foul on a goal kick, keeper free kick where there's one man forward, or shoving someone for no reason. So I'm really happy with that. That just made it all the little bit harder for Wolfenden to get into the squad. And we saw an instant improvement. I said this, guys. I said this multiple times. He is going to push them to both be better. And that is what they did. They have both gotten better since he came in. I watched the behind the scenes video. It looks like he's meshing with the squad really well. So they've got some friendly competition going. So all positive things. But all in all, I'm happy to take a point. Definitely makes me a bit more frustrated about the previous results, like the point against Oxford, the point against Hull. Really, the point against Norwich City too. We should be winning those games. You want to try to build a good start to the season and try to stay above that 2 points per game threshold, which right now we're sitting slightly under. But overall, I'm happy with the boys today. Rushworth, great game. He only had really one difficult save to make, but he was in the right positions at the right time. Looked calm on the ball. We didn't do much playing out of the back today, considering we held just under 40% possession. It is what it is, It was very easy to tell how that game was going to unfold from the get-go, and it was going to be a defensive game. It was going to be slow-paced. It did open up at times, from the Haji Wright missed goal to the Mavididi save from Rushworth. All happened in about the span of 30 minutes. That, a TikTok live, and a full iced coffee, not good for the heart. I'm going to go out and say it right there. My heart was beating out of my chest, bro. So what else? Sox didn't have the best attacking performance today, but great work rate. Radoni did what he could with limited opportunities. Grimes was a unit as always. De Silva, did what he could against a great winger. I don't think either team can really be disappointed with a point today. I know Leicester City are going to say that they should have got all three, but hey, advantage back to Cov. We take a point at their ground, and then we play them at home in January at the CBS, which, if you don't know, I will be there for, which is hype AF. So, thanks a lot if you made it to the end. Keep an eye out for more live streams. Definitely on TikTok. I don't know about YouTube, as I had an absolute stinker. So, we'll see about that one. PUSB, as always. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below who your man of the match was. And peace out. I'll be live with Sky Blue Fans TV at 4 p.m. UK.